Good morning, everybody out there in YouTube land, and welcome to my channel, Flavor of Aliveness. How do you savor the flavor of your life? Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there in the world. It is Thanksgiving Day today, and it's a day to be extremely grateful indeed. We got some snow flying here in beautiful Salt Lake City, Utah. Getting ready to go out and enjoy some snowboarding tomorrow with my son. My life is pretty amazing. It's pretty awesome, and things have been coming together really great for me, and I wanted to share 3 tips with you that can get your life headed in an amazing direction as well. So first thing we're going to go into is a little bit of my background. Not too much, but I'll just say, long story short, I've been a little bit of a screw up. My life's been a little bit of a shit show in a lot of ways. And this past year of my life has totally shifted and changed. Things have really flipped a 180 for me. My life is going great, and most importantly, I feel a sense of fulfillment, happiness, and that I'm getting to live my dream. And being here doing this YouTube video today on Thanksgiving Day, this is part of my dream, and I'm really excited to be able to bring this video to you, because I want to share with you some of the things that I've been doing that have been getting my life pointed in a direction that has started to really turn things around. Now, I've been on this path for quite a few years, and I spent a ton of time studying leaders like Napoleon Hill, Jim Rohn, Les Brown, a lot of those guys that are really, really powerful. Maxwell Maltz, in his book Psycho-Cybernetics, is a phenomenal book, and these are all great books, and you can read them and read them and read them. But what people don't understand is that reading these books, even if you read them a lot of times, really all you're doing is memorizing, which is what I was doing for a lot of years. I was memorizing a lot of stuff, I was reading a lot of stuff, but I was not applying anything. So the first thing I'm going to do to get you pointed in the right direction, the first tip that I have is your routine. What is your routine? What do you do from day to day? What do you do when you get up in the morning? And this is just a guess, but my guess is you get up on the same side of your bed. You follow the same routine of walking to the kitchen and getting your coffee ready. You probably brush your teeth. You probably put your pants on the same leg every single day. Make your bed. Whatever you do, you follow a certain pattern. And your entire life is going to be made up and governed by patterns, especially if you work, maybe an office job where you go to the same place every single day. But what you want to do to get your life headed in a different direction is you've got to change up that routine. You've got to shift your pattern of how you're doing things. Because how you're doing things right now is what got you to currently where you are. So in order to get out of where you are and get to where you want to be, you've got to start doing things differently. We've all heard that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Well, I want you to understand that if you do the same thing over and over, you're just going to keep getting the same results. You've got to start shifting your patterns. And this is exactly what I did. I started to really shift the way I was doing things. I started to change things up. I started to do things quite a bit differently. And I noticed a significant change in my life when I started doing this. So that's the first thing. Recognize your patterns. See what they are. If you read books and you're reading good books like Napoleon Hill, any of Napoleon Hill's books are phenomenal. He's known as the father of thought, and really everything that we're learning today is derived from Napoleon Hill or somehow re-represented in a form that he taught many, many years ago. So I definitely recommend any and all of his books, but reading is a big thing. So the second thing we're going to want to do is take a look at how do you talk to yourself. Take a sheet of paper and write down all of your thoughts that you've had over the last 7 days. and really think about those thoughts and how much of those thoughts have been negative self-talk and how you talk to yourself. What kind of questions do you ask yourself? Do you ask yourself why you're crappy at this, or why nothing works out for you, or why people always cut you off, or why? I mean, there's so many things that people do, and they ask themselves these negative questions. And when you ask yourself a negative question, your subconscious is going to give you a negative answer. So really think about that. If you ask yourself, why am I really bad at this? Your subconscious is probably going to say, because you suck at everything. You don't want to do that. You don't want to train your subconscious to tell you why you're bad at things or why things don't work out for you. You want to train your subconscious to tell you why things do work out for you. And in order to do that, you've got to start asking different questions. You've got to start talking to yourself differently. You've got to start asking yourself why you're so good at getting up on time. Why are you so good at changing up your patterns? Why are you so good at talking to people? Why are you so good at humor and having fun with people? You've got to start changing things. Even if you're not good at those things, if you start asking yourself that question, your subconscious is going to look for reasons and ways to answer those questions in a positive way. So really analyze the way you're thinking and really pay attention to the thought process that you're putting behind those types of things. So the third thing we're going to do is we're going to increase your beliefs by changing your reprogramming. This is a really big deal, because where you are right now in your life and what's gotten you there is a result of your current programming. And what I've talked about so far, changing your pattern, changing the way you talk to yourself, this changes your programming. And a massive part of what's going to change your programming is reading books and then applying the knowledge you've learned. Read and apply. Learn and apply. You want to constantly be applying what you've learned. If you're not applying what you've learned, you are not reprogramming yourself. In order to reprogram yourself, you have to pay attention to a totally new way of doing things. You've got to try things, get them wrong, try again, get them wrong, try again, get them wrong, try again, then you'll get it right. And you'll start to see that you're actually being reprogrammed. And this is a huge deal, because you've spent your entire life being programmed to where you are right now. And nothing is going to change until you change that. And what happens with people when they're reprogramming is they start down a path where you're going down the path that you've always gone, and you start reprogramming and you start going off on a different path. And your mind starts shifting in that direction. And it's a slow, gradual process. But as your mind starts shifting in that direction, what most people do is they try, they fail a couple times, things get hard, and your mind starts to back off. Fear kicks in a little bit, and you end up right back on the path where you were. The only way you're going to reprogram yourself and change the direction you're going is if you can stay on that path. So consistency is extremely important. The way you're going to reprogram yourself is consistency with a new routine, new self-talk, and going down a new path. So those three tips, those three things: new routine, new self-talk, continue down the path that you want to go. My life has changed really dramatically this year. And it's because I've forced myself down a new path. And the reason I forced myself down a new path is because I was not happy or excited about the old path. And I gotta say, this has been really cool. It feels almost like I have the force. My life is just going in whatever direction that I want it to go, and it's starting to snowball and get better and better and better. And this is what I want for you, and this is my mission and purpose with these videos, is to teach people how to do this. So if you find this video of value, please like and subscribe. And I absolutely want to hear any comments that you have. I want to get a discussion going. I want to know what you're struggling with, because right now I'm working, I'm applying, I'm burning the candle at both ends to not only do this stuff in my own life, but I'm on a massive mission to continue to grow and continue to create and become better. So please leave a comment. You can email me at flavorofaliveness@gmail.com. I'd love to get some emails from you as well, and let's get a discussion going, and let's see what we can do to take your life in a better direction and create a better flavor of aliveness for you. Thank you so much for your time, and happy Thanksgiving again to everybody.